What's up, people? Mike here, and this is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves Remastered, and this is on the brutal difficulty, the new added difficulty that they put into the Nathan Drake collection, and it gets pretty brutal. Towards like the not even like the middle of the game, like after like about chapter 3 and 4 is when it really like picks up on how incredibly difficult it can get, but it's mostly because of any problems you had with the game, like on crushing. They get like intensified by like 10 times the amount with brutal. You basically can get killed by getting shot twice in most cases. There's some occasions where you can get one-shotted, and most of the time when that happens, it's because of not necessarily bad checkpoints, but where you get put during the checkpoint. Like in some areas on crushing, you could be out in the open with a checkpoint and it wouldn't be too bad because you'd have enough time to get into cover. But with this difficulty, since you can basically die in 2 shots, there's a couple sections later on where you'll be at the same checkpoint for like a good 15 or 20 minutes sometimes, depending on how bad your luck is. Most notably is the train level, not chapter 13, chapter 14. Chapter 13, it has its moments, but chapter 14 is where there's one checkpoint that you're on top of a train and almost immediately you're dying before the checkpoint has even loaded on you. It gets pretty hectic at that point. There's a couple points in chapter 4 is the first real like make or break for you if you're not actually get through this difficulty, and then chapter 13, but more so chapter 14, is like the second test to see if you have the patience of a god to be able to get through this difficulty. As I'm recording these voiceovers for these videos, I've just gone to chapter 19, so I've basically cleared the really difficult sections. Chapter 20 in the monastery, or chapter 22 in the monastery, there's a couple, the sniper section might give me an issue depending on how generous the guys on the bridge are to not shoot me as I'm trying to snipe the snipers in the towers. And the first real test that you have with the Guardians in, was it the Road to Shambhala, I believe is oh no, not the road, I'm completely blanking on the name of the chapter, but that first Guardian battle where you have to face, I think it's like 4 of them, and then when you move in that giant inner room with the infinite spawning enemy doorway that you have to run down to stop. Those are the 2 points that are probably gonna give me an issue, but I should be able to get through it with no issue. Or rather, very few issues, hopefully. But yeah, I'll go into more details on stuff in the next couple videos.